Got about 30 seconds. What's up, y'all? This is another episode of Gritty Brick. Back here with my boy Dre. Today we just specifically gonna stick to a hot topic. You know, nobody really want to talk about this or bring this out in the opening, but we doing this today. It's about time we talk about the crime that's infesting and riddling the entire United States, not just us. We're gonna do kind of like a versus thing. And see where we stand, see what we can come up with, see if we can generate some ideas of how to change this and try to make a difference from this point of view, from our point of view. So, if we had to put like a versus list together, I think it would be something like the different kind of crimes and what they represent and like why are these crimes being committed, and what could we do about them? Like, what could we do to prevent them, to start changing and turning it over where it comes down? And you know, according to statistics, crime overall in the United States is up by 12%, but you have murder down, believe it or not, by 12%, but robbery has increased, I believe, by 23%. That's insane. That's a lot. What you think about those statistics?
That's really 23% increase in what you say, robbery?
Yeah.
That's a lot. I don't see how murder went down, though.
The overall murder rate has gone down.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm just thinking about around my area, because I know it's murders like every day.
Yeah, they say violent crime itself has spiked 4.2%, and this is only going from like 2021 to 2022 so far. But basically, robbery has been at the top of the list for a while now. And I see a lot of wild videos out there with, you know, guys chasing down cars. I seen one in New York where two guys chased down a car and hit it a couple of times, spun it around, chased it up on the sidewalk, finally boxed it in, jumped out, and robbed the guy that was in the truck. I guess he had posted online, he had grabbed a book bag full of money or whatever from the bank, and they came after him for it. It's kind of not a smart idea.
Social media get you every time.
Yeah, that's
every single time. That makes no sense to me, though. I understand you trying to flash and all of that.
Stunting.
But that's what gets you got. I mean, as soon as you post something about you got this amount of money, somebody coming to get you.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age.
That puts you in a target.
You put a target on your own back.
Yeah. I think that is a thing. So let's try to go down the line a little bit, like mass shootings.
Okay.
My earliest recollection of a mass shooting, I'm pretty sure I have more if I dig deep into it. But if I had to really think about it for a second, like, it would be the one at the Batman premiere. You remember that one?
The movie?
The movie theater.
Yeah.
The guy shot up the movie theater. I thought that was crazy. Like, I don't know what drives those. Like, what drives a mass shooting, the school shootings? Mm-hmm. What's driving those?
Well, I know, like, the school shooting, that typically be bullying. You know?
That's like bullying on a different level, though, don't you think? Bullying on a whole different level.
Bullying, once you get bullied for so long, like, you just gonna snap. You can't take it no more.
So you think overall that's just bullying?
In the schools, that's what I think that it is. It's bullying. The shooting up churches and shooting up the movie theaters, I don't know what that is.
How are kids having access to these guns though? How are they having so
parents
much
buy
access to the guns?
Their parents buy them for them. You know, some of these these families, they go hunting and all that. Like, they take family hunting trips and they big on guns and all that. So they be buying their kids guns.
What do you think we can do to slow down that kind of crime? Carjacking, I'm sorry. Mass shootings. What could we do to slow something like that down? Like, seriously, it's got to be a solution. It's got to be some kind of something that we're missing. We're missing something.
It's got to be one, but to be honest with you, I don't have one.
It's got to be. We got.
I don't have one. They talk about doing the new gun laws and all of that to help.
Gun laws only, to me, in my opinion, gun laws only serve to hurt the people that's exercising their First Amendment, their right to bear arms. Because no criminal, no person with criminal intent is going to go and grab a gun and be like, oh, this is against the law for me to do this with this gun. Let me stop. No, they're not going to think about that. They don't care. Them laws they making, them stringent laws, they only hurting the arm bearers, the legal law-abiding citizens. And it's stopping them, I think it's stopping them from even wanting to get involved and help when those situations come up. Because there's so many laws that protect the criminal now. Remember when they made the law of somebody breaking in your house and they fall through and you break your leg?
And they
break your leg, they can sue you in your own home?
Yeah.
Stuff is insane. Some of this stuff don't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
But go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was about to say, but now that I think about it, the way that we can control, well, not control, but a solution to try to help with the mass shootings and all that, as far as with the kids and all that, that starts at home again too. You know what I mean? Parents gotta get involved. They gotta invade their kids' privacy
to see what's going on, to get more involved.
You got to talk, or if you don't feel, or you can be the type of parent where you want to sit down and always talk to your kid, and hopefully they'll talk back to you. But that's where it starts at. Like, a parent gotta know what their kids are doing, because a lot of these mass shootings and stuff, once they go back and look at the kids' computer and all that, they done put their whole plan on their social media page.
I agree. They should monitor their kids just a little bit more and not rely on the technology and the computers, the phones and whatnot. Just allow them to just run amok.
Right. That's how I think we can start putting an end to that.
What about implementing like more restrictive access to guns? What about restricting them?
I don't think that's going to help, though.
You don't think that's going to help?
Because the bottom line is they still going to be able to get them. Once the gun get in the street.
Where would it get to?
Where would what get to?
The gun. The legal guns. The gun that should be the only. See, there's so many loopholes. You got these ghost guns that now you can buy a machine and just make gun. No, they make them. There's no serial number on it. That's what they call them, ghost guns. Yeah, there's a whole machine you can buy out there. Don't do that, please don't, because it's too much. It's too much going on. Yeah, that's what they call them, ghost guns. If you look it up.
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's called ghost guns.
I'm about to look that up right now.
If you look that up, you'll see that they have these machines, these CNC machines that actually you can watch it. You put the material in there and it builds every last part to the gun, and you take it out and they sell it. They sell it in pieces. And then you get it shipped to you in pieces. Then you put the gun together and you got a whole gun. That's insane. That's too much.
It is.
And at what time do the manufacturers something like that stop and say for a minute, this money ain't really worth it, because I got kids, I got family, I got relatives that's going to be walking the street, and I don't want one of these guns to end up killing one of my relatives because I put them out there. It's that dollar. It's the almighty dollar.
That's all. It always boils down to the dollar.
So
always.
I mean,
untraceable, unserialized.
So I think that they should ban that machine. They should stop that machine altogether, and they should regulate the guns that's already out there in circulation. There should be like somebody that come by and do a check to see if the gun is placed in a secure place. If the guns are, because I know this is a heck of a leap, but if you have a child in the home where it might be some concerns by a school teacher about what's going on at home, they can easily contact the service and they come out and they check to make sure the child is in a safe environment, a safe home. Part of that should be checking to make sure if there are guns in the house, let me see what you have set up.
Right.
Nobody's trying to take your gun away. Nobody's trying to do any of that. Just want to make sure that it don't end up on the street somewhere where it don't belong. Because these mass shootings and the drive-bys, which we'll get to now, the drive-bys, that's got to stop too. These drive-bys, it's too much. It's crazy. I'd be too scared to live in an area like that where it's just constant drive-bys.
But the drive-by is not going to stop as long as there's gangs.
That's another thing.
And see, these are drive-bys.
These are our crimes. These are the crimes that we have to own up to. Because honestly, who else you gonna say is doing drive-bys? We can't say that. We'll give the mass shootings over to where they belong. But those carjackings and drive-bys mostly are due to our gang culture, right. The gang culture that's here. I don't think that we doing enough as a people to speak out against it, to stop it, to shut it down. Who's breeding these kids? Who's breeding these people that want to be a part of this? That want to say, okay, it's okay to stick a gun in somebody's head and take their friggin' car. It's got to stop. It's got to stop somewhere. It's got to stop somewhere. When we're younger, we really don't think about this stuff. We don't really think about the consequences. So we need our elders, our older people, to kind of like walk them through it. At least put that idea, plant the seed in their mind that, hey, listen, this is not going to work. The way things are going, this is not going to work. So, on that note, I'll let you have the last word. If you want to talk about like the domestic violence here.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
We want to talk about domestic violence. That's a bad one.
That's a bad one. It shouldn't be domestic violence in this world, but it is. I don't agree with it. I don't think that a man should put his hands on a woman, but that's just me.
I agree with you. But unfortunately, so much trauma that we have, so much trauma that, the woman go through, the man go through, it's just a rampant thing that a lot of us don't even like to talk about or bring up. We want to act like it's not a thing that needs to be discussed or conversated about, and it should be. None of us are exempt from it. We either committed domestic violence ourselves, or we watched our parents involved in domestic violence, or somebody we know involved in domestic violence, and we walked on away and act like it was no big deal.
All of us been affected by it.
We all been affected by it, and I think I think that could be part of the root. When you get down to it, that could be the root, man. When you go back to the home, and I did see that one commenter, Victor Crespo, he said that it starts in the home. That was one of his comments.
Mm-hmm. I said that in one of the
one of the comments
yesterday. Not in the comment, but I said that while we were talking. Yesterday.
That it starts at home. It starts at home. Yeah, and I agree. Mm-hmm. We gotta find a better outlet. We gotta find an outlet so this stuff doesn't happen.
We need to get back to it takes a village.
Yes.
That's what we need to get back to. And then I think we get back to that. A lot of the stuff that's going on, a lot of the crime has changed, go down. Like a lot of the stuff in the world would change if we got back to it takes a village.
I agree. On that note, don't forget to like and subscribe In the comments section.
No, I was about to say like, subscribe, and comment.